but I will definitely try. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you guys tonight is how to train your distributors the easiest, quickest, and most like simple way possible. This has worked for me so well, especially when you're going for a promotion. I cannot stress it enough. You do not have time to train new DTs separately all day long every day. Like, you just don't have time. If you are going for a promotion, like, that means that your time is very valuable, and there's 100 other things that you need to be doing. So I don't know how you currently train your team, and this is not right and this is not wrong. It's however you feel is best going to suit you. This is what works for me, and this is why I'm teaching you guys this, because every time I've had a newbie to Ruby chat, and I'm going into detail with you guys, like, you guys are going to want to write down everything I'm telling you. So when I go into a newbie to Ruby chat with new people, almost every single distributor that gets put in there hits the 400 club within their first month, every time. 400 club, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that is where the distributor, if they're on your chart, their box is at 400 or more. They have accumulated 400 GB already. Okay, so first things first, how do you know who and when to put in? How many people do you put in? So how I judge it is I go by the weeks I enroll. So depending on how busy your month is, let's just say, if you've already enrolled 3 to 4 people this week, you would start them in a newbie chat and they would all go in together. Then following week, if you enroll 1, you can either start them off slowly like you normally would and wait for more and then throw them in 1, or if you don't enroll anymore, throw her in the 1 with the 4. I really try not to make it over 5, because you really want this chat to fire up. You want them to feel like, you want them to feel the excitement off each other. And I find that when you have too big of a chat, honestly, people get lost quick. So what I mean by lost is there'll be like 3 out of the 5 or 6 or 7 girls that are just like slaying it and they're doing so good. And guess what? There's a couple that start to trickle off because they're either not enjoying, like, they're not enrolling, so they feel like they're not doing good, or they feel like the chat's too busy for them. So I really try to make it 5 or less. And you are going to be able to tell also if they're working at the same pace. So for instance, another thing too is I have a girl that signed up, I want to say last week. I'm actually going to throw her into a chat with a girl that just signed up yesterday, because they're at the same level. They're working at the same pace. So I know that they're going to be good together in a chat. I have another girl that signed up tonight and one that's supposed to sign up after this Zoom. So I'm going to put them in a chat. And depending on what my next CTs look like, I'll probably divide them into the 2 newbie chats, because everybody kind of works at a different pace. Now, if you don't want to have more than 1 newbie chat, I totally get it. And it all depends on how you enroll, okay? So stick to 1, but if you're mass enrolling and you have more than 5 to put into a group, I suggest making 2. Now, how does that make it simple? When you put people into a chat together, especially newbies, you are basically killing like 5 freaking birds with 1 stone. Because how I train is, if I had to train 5 people, okay, I'm just going to give you an example. 1 month I signed 16 distributors and I never used this technique. I spent my entire month training and I never got my business done, because it was like constantly having to talk to these distributors all day long for the whole month to get them all ready. And it really took away from my business. So what you're going to do is, make a chat. You want to make it like a newbie to Ruby. You can put a little title in there, and you're going to add your new DTs. But first, I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to show you everything I put in there. Let me just find it. I don't have anyone in there right now. I'm throwing them in there tomorrow. So what I do is I keep the same chat going, you guys. I do not keep making it new. I'm not about to waste my time making a new chat every single time. The minute they get into this newbie chat and I feel like they've graduated from it, and I'll tell you that too, I'll get to that, I chuck them out of there and I put them into my normal chat that I have going with my team. So this month, the 4 girls that I had, some of them I think are on here, the 4 girls that I had in the current newbie chat that I just just graduated are now in my diamond chat that are going for the bonus. And they got thrown into that chat with all these people who have been in the business for way longer than them, and guess what? They all keep up. They all enroll. They are just as good as the ones that are in there. So it's not like they were thrown in there and they're like, oh my God, like they don't feel comfortable. They're 100% ready to go. And that's what you want. You want to be able to be like, Kate, you're good to go. Let's throw them into the mix. And then you start training the next group. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys, and then I have to scroll up all the way to the top of this chat. So just give me 1 sec. Share screen. Perfect. That was fast. Okay. So as you can see at the top of the screen, it's called Newbie to Ruby Chat. I put a little picture in there, and the picture says, stay dedicated. It's not going to happen overnight. Sorry guys, just 1 sec. Let me get to the top of this sucker. Okay, so here you go. No one's in this chat, but when I do add them, I make sure to write this right away. It says, hello, my darling girls. You 3 are doing, so that at this point it only had 3. When we ended it had 5. You 3 are doing the same type of work, so I thought I'd pair our chats. Make it easier for me, and we can encourage each other as we go. So first thing, here's your story for today. And please make sure you add your own poll over the top of the ones in the photo. So when do you add someone to a newbie chat? That's what you're going to write down right now. First things first, no one goes into a Ruby chat until they're done these tasks. The tasks are, A, you have obviously enrolled them. B, you have welcomed them to your team page and they've been accepted. The next task is you tag them. Okay, if you are in Fearless Legacies, I think most of you, I don't know if there's anyone from Diamond because that's not in Fearless on here right now. But in Fearless, at the top of our team page, it has welcome newbie teas, tasks 1 to 4. And we're obviously the tasks are get the Connect app, do the tax form, screenshot your website so you can use it, and then do your 30s list. That is a must. You should not have to type that all out. The reason we have that in team page is for you to tag your team and be like, steps 1 to 4. Message me when done. We put this stuff in there, you guys, to make it easy on you. So make it easy on yourself. You guys are going for massive promotions with big freaking money involved. You don't have time to text that shit every time. So that is the next step. Step 3, you tag them in that. Angela, tag Angela. Steps 1 to 4, please message me when done. You come back, I'm gonna read the chat you guys after because otherwise I get really sidetracked. So when they come back to you, they don't go in the chat yet. No, they don't go in the chat yet. Here's the next step. You have to remember that what it was like when you signed up. What kind of a person were you when you enrolled? So a lot of people, and this, like I said, please, everything I say to you guys is up to you. I'm just telling you what works for me. April Jennings made like a 7-day push group, and a lot of distributors ask me, do you put your DTs in there? No, I do not put my DTs in there. Not because I actually have not even looked at the group. I don't even know really how it goes in there. I just know it's like they follow the videos, whatever. So the reason why I don't use that is because for me, I want to know that my distributors, my new distributors, are doing exactly as I asked them to, and they're checking back with me. Hey, yeah, I'm done. Hey, yeah, I'm done. If I throw them into a group that is apparently going to train them for me or get them started, I don't actually know that they're taking the time to do that. I'm someone that wants I want like the for sure, yes, I am done. Okay, let's move forward. Plus, I'm a very hands-on trainer, and when someone's training me, I like to be very hands-on. I like to take care of my distributors to the sense where I know that shit's getting done, especially promotion months. So the first thing I do is I say, okay, you're done your steps. You're done your steps, and I explain to them what we're going to do next is going to be repetitive. So bear with me, but we're going to work on your list of 30. If you have 30, great. If you have more, perfect. If you have less, no problem. I provide them with a message. The message is very simple, you guys. Don't overthink it. It says, hey, so-and-so, and it's usually like I'll start them off in the morning sending this. If someone signs up tonight, like this girl just signed up, I'm not working with her tonight. I work with her tomorrow. So I usually always start in the daytime. I'll get them to do their 4, like I call them housekeeping tasks. And that's the steps 1 to 4. I just call them housekeeping tasks. And I get them to do that, but then tomorrow I'll work with her. So, and the message just says, hey, so-and-so, and this is to their 30s list. Hey, so-and-so, I just wanted to share some exciting news with you. I have started supplementing my income with a health and wellness company because, fill in the blank, because I'm in debt. And I ask them, I say, please be really real and raw, whatever your situation is, because this is people that they know. So it's really good to be open and honest with people, because it allows people to really accept what you're doing instead of being like, no, I don't do MLM, I'm not supporting you. They'll be like, oh, she's really trying to work towards something, you know, like maybe I'll hear her out type of deal. And then, so fill in the blank. If you want to hear more about it, please let me know. I have never had a distributor, you guys, have people reply back saying they don't want to hear about it. They usually say, oh, what's it about? Oh yeah, for sure, fill me in, blah, blah, blah. And we go from there. And we work on screenshots. Now, this is the only part that I haven't really, sorry, I keep going like this on my back, so sore. I haven't really mastered this one part yet. I'm still trying to work on it, but I do work on screenshots with their 30s list back and forth. I tell them, I'm like, send this to your entire list. And I'm very anal about this. I say, please send this to your list of 30. Do not, one more time for the people in the back, do not reply to anyone. You're just sending the message. And then I say, the reason why I don't want you to reply is because I want to do the replies with you. And how we're going to do that is by working with screenshots back and forth so that A, you can see how I talk to people. B, you can see what the business is like. C, you can see how I speak about products and about pricing. So working with screenshots can be a lot of work, but it's really only for the first day or two, honestly. Like depending on who the distributor is, they catch on pretty quickly. And if it takes a week, it takes a week, whatever. Like this is very important because at the same time, it's really you signing these customers. You're the one behind her phone, not her. You're helping her get customers. You're guaranteeing yourself customers. So why wouldn't you take the time to do this? Right? I would never take stuff in my DTs in a post and be like, okay, here's all the info. This is what you send. This is what you say, blah, blah, blah. Like I would never do that. I want to see the messages. So I tell them to send it. I tell them don't open anything. And then when they're ready, I say, okay, listen very carefully. How we're going to do this is you're going to open a message, screenshot it to me, send it to me. I'm going to write a reply. If it doesn't sound like you, make it sound like you, send it back. When you're done that, send me another one. And we work through the screenshots. I've had excellent feedback about this. People like it. They feel like they're not just like a lot of, you know what people say, mostly all the new distributors say, wow, like you put a lot of time into this. And honestly, yeah, I do. And the reason is because you want them to be able to do this. Do you think that they're going to honestly like feel really good to go and like confident if you were just like, okay, read this and use this? Like that's not going to work. So really be hands-on at first. Once the screenshots start slowing down, which literally is in like a day or two, depending how fast they're working, their schedule, your schedule, whatever, then we throw them in, okay? So and then obviously let me do my screen again. Obviously they are now, oh, where did it go? Hello? The heck? There it is. Okay. So obviously, yeah, I try to wait till like 2 of them at least are done, and then we throw them in. And then I just add people and I say, oh, welcome so-and-so, they're gonna work with us, like, you know. So this is the first message, literally. It's very simple. And I always provide a story every single day, you guys. I used to tag people in a post and be like, okay, pick 5 pictures and put them together. But truthfully, what was happening was they're going in there and they're just looking at the picture. They're not reading the picture. And it would be like 5 pictures of 5 freaking different products. And I'm like, did you guys take the time to read? Or so I literally don't bother doing that now. I'm just like, honestly, it takes me 3 minutes to pick a story for them for the day. Bangs off 5 people's stories and I'm good to go. So I start with products only. I would say the girls that were in this chat last probably used, well, we'll be able to see, but probably used only product pictures in their story for, I'd say 2 weeks, maybe even less, and depending on how quick they were moving their business. Because especially now that our FSQ bonuses have changed, we can't, as leaders, move LCs to claim our FSQ bonus of $150. So you really want them to get those first 6 customers, because obviously every 2 customers out of the 6 is $50 for you. You want all 6, okay? So providing them with what they need to get those customers. So obviously you can see I sent that. I gave them one little wee task. That was at what, 11 or 7:30 in the morning. And I said, just comment when you're done. That's all I'm asking for them. I'm not throwing a massive thing in there like, do this, do this, do this, do this. I'm asking little of them because they just started and I want them to be successful. I don't want them overwhelmed. So here you can see that Joelle said done. Alana said, how do you change the poll to look like the one in the picture? And I explained to her that that's because, or how to use it, and top on each side to change wording. So a lot of people don't know how to use polls. Like, you have to remember, these people are going to be brand new. So as we go, is that the same day? Yeah, the 11th. I just said, way to go, ladies. Everyone was done their story. And we said, okay, if anyone replies to the story, send me 1 screenshot at a time privately. Well, we've already gone over screenshots, so they clearly know how to do that with me. Now I'm like right away adding to their network. The reason why I add to their network right away as a task is because Facebook's a little witch right now, and the adding on it is insane. The pop-ups are out of control. So getting them started on their network right away is huge for me. I do not, and I'll repeat that, I do not give my distributors a first post. I don't. I stopped doing that about a year ago, and it's been nothing but amazing. And I'll give you a little insight on why. Is because almost every single freaking time someone did a new post, it didn't matter how I worded it, there was always someone giving negative feedback on it. And these are brand new distributors. I do not want that for them. I want them to start off loving what they're doing. So I pulled that away. And it really made a difference because we started using story instead. Story was like one of the first things we started doing after the 30s list, right? That's literally how they started marketing their business. It gives people the opportunity to watch your story instead of being forced to see it works on their page. Even though, like I said, it didn't matter how I worded it. There was always someone, it's MLM, it works, it's a scam, good luck on your pyramid scheme. It did not matter. And then you have the damage control with your new DTs, and that's even harder, especially someone you don't know. So once I ditched the first post, and I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying this is what works for me. I didn't ever have to do damage control. If I've not had one DT swear on my child's life. in a year tell me that someone commented those shitty things on their story, ever. So it made a huge difference. So in this right away, you can see, you guys, I'm asking them, just add to your network, add 50 people. I'm not asking them to get 50 add backs. I'm simply just saying add 50 people, go count 50. Do not add them to just your friends. You have to remember, when you are training new people, you have to break it down like you're talking to a child, literally. Not because you want to talk to them like a child, but because this is new to them. They have no idea what they're doing. I hadn't a freaking clue. I probably asked my enroller some stupid questions, like, that are stupid to me now, but at the time, like, how else are you gonna learn? Like, you have to remember that you have to break everything down. Break it down, simplify it, break it down. And I just explained to them, you wanna add from friends of friends. If I do pages, I do things I enjoy, yada, yada, yada. This is another big one. If someone messages you, do I know you? You have to remember, you have to set your DTs up for these things. You have to set them up for the negativity. Do I know you? I ignore it. And I tell them that, ignore it, don't open it. Why? Explain why. Because people get nosy, and if they really want to know who you are, they'll stay on your Facebook. Like, I don't want to have to give my new DTs a script on how to tell people that you're with It Works. Let's just not bother. And if they're not posting It Works to their page right away, no one's going to know they're with It Works unless they view the story. And if they don't want to stay, bye-bye. Pretty simple, right? Comment done when you're done adding 50 people. Simple, right? That's it. And then they do their task, and you go and do whatever you need to do for your promotion, and you wait till everyone says done. So then you see things like this. Someone asked about a pop-up, and then we keep going. Once everyone's done, I'll send the next task. I give them a little reminder, let's get that task done. I'm not saying let's get that task done. I'm not rushing them. I'm just saying, once everyone's done, I'll send the next task. A couple people were done, and of course, they're probably wondering if we're going to do anything else. Okay, so here we go. Now, right away, I don't get them posting anything that works. Like, honestly, anything. And right away, I just said, hey, post this, and you can see this is throughout the whole day. So I started the combo at 7. This is now 1. And I just asked them to do an interactive post. Post this to your wall. Why? Because this is called an interactive post. Get people interacting on your wall. Someone who constantly shares things to you. Post this, nothing else for 6 hours. Someone who constantly posts, shares to their, shares to their wall. Stop. Post this and nothing else for 6 hours. For the first month, I literally tell them when to post and stop posting. Don't post another damn thing for 6 hours. Because a lot of people, when they come into the business, I notice that they're a lot of people are guilty of sharing a bunch of crap to their wall. And you have to remember, if you continue to share stuff and share stuff and share stuff,
can everyone mute themselves, please? We can't hear nothing.
So,
ton compte personnel ou ta page?
I'm just going to check the chat quick because a couple of you guys are throwing stuff in there. Oh, sorry, mute. Sorry, I forgot to mute everyone. I'm just going to start at the front. If you're not posting in their story, or if they're not posting in their story ever, do you get them to post about their life? No, they definitely post about their story. Or post in their story, Vanessa. They post in their story right away. I don't think she's saying that, post in the story ever. Yes, okay.
No, what I mean is let's say if they never post in
their story. In their story, Vanessa, yes, they post product only until I feel like they're ready to start posting for distributors. I kind of judge how I feel their business is going.
But what I mean is you get them to share,
You'll have to type it because you're muted. Sorry. I'll come back to the chat in 1 second. So then I'm do this, post this, and I'm basically, you guys that are already in the business, you know what I'm doing. I'm basically getting them to post interactive so that when people start accepting their friend requests, they're already seeing stuff that they can interact in. I'm trying to build their networks for them and guiding them on how to do it. They don't know that's what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, and then you just move on to next task, add another 50. I literally work their networks, especially because these girls, when they came into the business, all of them had low networks. One girl had 75, I'm pretty sure. Another one was 175. So like I needed their networks up, and now they're like all of them are 1,000. They've been in the business for like a couple weeks. So I really pushed the adding, like I would have to tell them privately, like, you guys, like, are you adding? Like, you have to add. I know it's annoying, but you have to do it. And finally, it's like a daily task now. So, and then I just go through the poll. The poll that they did on their story was for cleanse. So throughout the day, I knew I had to mention, did anyone vote on your story? And then I just explained to them what to say. Okay. And then that was it for the day. So they really only did 3 tasks, but I make sure for them to come back and say, done, done, done. Because I do not want to overwork them, type of thing. Now, this next day, everyone was working so good. So this next day, I kind of did the tasks all together so that they knew from the previous day that I was going to give tasks and they need to finish them. So we already went through a trial run on the first day in the chat, and it went good. So here was the task that I give to newbie tees. Upload your story. Below is the story, if you're wondering. So add 30 people to Facebook, follow people 30 on Instagram, message this to 10 people on your Facebook, change the name. Task 5, send 10 of these on Instagram. So I literally provide them with exactly what they need. They get a little bit of messaging on Instagram, a little bit of messaging on Facebook. They get to add to their networks, and then they get to market on their story. Like, very simple. And then, yeah, there's their story again. I provide their story. Okay. And, you know, I shout people out as we go along because that's always exciting. And it's basically just like that. And then here's where I shared, you know, how to delete your friends. And like, look at the excitement. Woohoo, good job, girls. Good job, ladies. And thanks, Angela. Like, they're so excited. They're working together. They're all at the same pace. And at every night, they were like stoked to be done their tasks. And that's what you want. You want these people to feel like that because that's how they should feel. You want to set them up for success and keep them going. So once again, start the day off with a story. Here's their tasks. Basically the same thing. And this one, you can see I had to explain what a follow-up was because they had never done a follow-up yet. Task 2, follow-ups. What's a follow-up? Following up with someone who one, maybe didn't reply mid-convo. 2, someone who said they wanted to order but didn't confirm it being done. 3, someone who hasn't yet replied. And then depending on the follow-up, screenshot me for help, but only one at a time. Like, I literally break it down so that there's no confusion. And if there is, they usually just, you know, will PM you. So yeah, and then we just keep going. And then now I'm going to start to show you guys how I explain host to post. Now, how this newbie chat is so easy to continue is because all of this is already in this chat. And as they graduate from it and I bump them into a different chat, I don't have to keep repeating this crap over and over and over and over and over again. It's already in here. I'm going to add new people to this, my new people tomorrow, and then I'm just going to repeat what I've already done, and it's already in the chat. I do not have to go looking for it. I do not have to retype it. I don't have to explain how to each person as I sign up. Like, it's just so much easier. So post this on your wall post this on your wall and nothing more for 5 to 6 hours. Again, I told you why I say that. And I started them with hair. Okay, where's the hat? Where's the hat? I have hat here. Okay, so this was it. So I said, drop this or put this picture on your wall, nothing else for 6 hours because I want their post to be seen. And then today you'll be working on the post. Okay, okay, here we go. Okay, you're gonna comment back to their photo because the post was drop a photo of your pet. So you're gonna comment back to their photo. I'll send you the confirmation entry. Once done, comment done. We're teaching them half all at the same time. And if someone wasn't like awake or on the chat when we started, I just told them to scroll up. Go scroll up in the chat, it's in there. Go scroll up in the chat, it's in there. Like, it was already in here. I did not have to repeat myself over and over again. And then I just put, okay, next step. You're gonna PM them separately. This is what you're gonna say. Let me know once you're done. And then this is the next step to what you're gonna say. You're gonna send this hat to them with the photo. Read very well before using. Enter the blanks correctly. Like, it's all broken down for them in here that if they need to read how to do a hat 15 times, they can scroll up and read how to do it. It's all there. Very simple. And then that's that. And then I gave an example of what a hat should look like. This is an example that someone had posted it incorrectly. They had put the picture in the comments instead of with the post. So I just screenshotted it because I had caught it and put it in here just to show that this is how we don't want it to look. So it's really good for, like, this is teaching everyone at the same time. And then, like, we would just keep going from there. Hat, post a post, or hat if someone's posting for, like, you really just need to explain it once and really well, and then you're good to go. And then this was explaining how to, I just explained to them one time how to save your hat to a collection. You know, so then now they know. And okay, so we're back to story. And then here's a hat for, or here's now they started posting for DTs because everyone had got their loyals. So here's a post to put on your wall, nothing else for 5 hours. And now we're going to start posting for distributors. I'm looking for my next rock star, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to check the chat quick because I can see it getting lit up here. Sorry, 1 second. I wanted to answer Vanessa's. Do you get them to post their food? Yeah, absolutely. So what I give them, and then I tell them, like, I had already told them, post like, so I tell them, post like you are not even with us. Like, you do not even work with It Works. You literally post the exact same way you did before starting. So about, like, what you're eating, going out with your dog, what your interests are, everything. And their wall, I just say, post like you normally would. And, like, don't even worry about it. And if I need them to post something on their wall, I say, do not post this, but don't post anything else for 5 hours because I want it to be seen. And then I'm just like, okay, now continue doing whatever you do on it. You just want them to be exactly like they were. So, and if I view their stories and I notice that they haven't put anything in there, I will remind them, hey, don't forget to put some real life in there. So in a text messaging chat, they can't scroll up. So are you re-adding the content again? Yes, exactly, Sasha. So why I like it is because when I add them into here, they can't see oh wait, can you see the previous? I thought you could. Who's in here right now? Vanessa, I'm gonna add you to this. Tell me if you can see. I thought you could. I just added someone in this today just to peek around. Okay, I just added you, Vanessa. See if you can scroll up and read what's in the newbie chat.
Yeah, I can see everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. I thought so. So when I add them in there, I actually, like, I could get them to scroll all the way up, I guess, if they wanted to, but I don't actually need them to, and I don't expect them to. If they want to, sure. I just use it and go back and I'll just keep forwarding it to the group as we go, because I really don't want to continue to have to save and keep freaking putting it in there. So when you add new people to this group, you just get them to scroll up to the top. Okay, just went over that. Got it. No text. Text messages group, they can't. When added to a chat, they can see everything previous post. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let me see if there's. Okay, is there anything else in here that I'm missing that I would have taught them? Sorry, I'm just trying to. Let me see. Anything else you guys think of that we would have, that you would teach someone in here? I'm sure I'm missing something. I think that's it. I just literally continue to do this with them every single day until I feel they're ready to be on their own and go to another. Where's the chat thing? Oh, there it is. Yeah, just so you don't have to retype it. Like, I don't want to retype it over and over again. And how I used to train people was one-on-one, right? I would train one-on-one. I would talk to Vanessa, I'd talk to Tashina, I'd talk to Sarah, and then I would tell Tashina how to do tap, and then I would tell Vanessa, and I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. Like, I literally cannot talk to all like 3 of you and tell you the same shit over and over again. So I was like, I'm just doing a newbie chat, and I throw them in here. When they're done, I throw them out into your normal chat you have going with your team. Just remember that this type of chat too, you definitely do not want to come off as like Hitler, okay? And especially like me, because I am like Hitler. I just try not to be like, I have to remember that these are new people. It's not like my normal people where I'm like, Vanessa, let's go, girl. You haven't done your task. Get your shit together. Put your ducks in a row. Like, I can't talk to them like that. I talk to them, you know, like, hey, you girls got this. Oh my gosh, you guys are almost done. Who's excited? Who's almost done their task? Like, being extra nice. And it's not, I guess it's not extra nice. It's just extra encouraging for them. And as you work with them, you'll really understand their schedule. That was something for me that really clicked. I was like, okay, these people are all kind of on the same schedule. They work better at this time of day, or they work better at this time of day. And it really made a difference. So that is literally basically it on how I do this newbie chat. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat right now and I can answer them for you. And if not, hopefully what I said, I'm just gonna take a picture of this. What I said makes sense, and that hopefully it helps you guys, and you guys obviously can tweak it to whatever way is gonna work best for your team. And if you want more people in it, then fill your boots, do whatever you guys wanna do. So, I love this and started it, oh, perfect. Okay, well, if no one has anything to add to the chat, then thank you guys for coming on. Hopefully the newbie chat will help you guys going for this promotion and you won't have to do as much work. Bye.